Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, and welcome to our Rise and Grind to Shine bright and early Monday morning inspiration. Not that bright and early for a plethora of reasons, but this will be my last video for 2019. I can't even believe this year is coming to a close, and it is swiftly approaching. But for the last video, I just really wanted to give you guys some encouragement. I know for some, the holiday season is a time of rest and reconnecting with family and friends. But I know for a lot of us, it can also be a time of extreme frustration and stress, and even depression. So in our last Monday morning video, we discussed expectations and how a lot of times our expectations can be unrealistic. And I can't think of any time during the year where we are basically slapped in the face with those expectations other than the holiday season. It's crazy. I know some of you go to families and friends' home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you are just bombarded with questions, almost interrogated. Why aren't you married yet? Why don't you have kids yet? Why don't you have a certain job yet? Or why haven't you why haven't you purchased a home yet? Why don't you have kids? Are you finished with that degree yet? When are you going back for another degree? When are you going to college, period? I mean, sometimes it is endless. And if we are not careful, we can allow those words to take root and really produce, depression and discouragement in our lives. So I just really want to urge you today to give all those expectations, whether they're from others or even within. I know I have friends that, when they go home for the holidays, they're the only one that, is still single, and, they feel depressed or like they failed another year. And I just really want to encourage you to submit your plans that other people have for you, your expectations, submit them to God. All of the above things that I mentioned, degrees, homes, career, money, spouse, kids, all of those things are good. But in order for us to really, really enjoy those things, they have to come from God according to His plan and His perfect timing. The right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing. I don't know about you, but I want God's very best for my life. So as we go into as we leave 2019 and begin to step into 2020, I want to leave you with 3 points. The first point is submit all of your requests and expectations to God. As I've said before, it is good for us to have goals. It is good for us to believe God in faith. It's actually required of us. But we also have to realize that the things that we are believing God for, they may not come how we think they should come or in the time frame. We have discussed the children of Israel. God promised them to a land of their own. He brought them out of slavery. It took 40 years. Abraham, God promised him and Sarah a son, and it didn't happen until they were old. The same thing with John the Baptist. His parents, Elizabeth and Zacharias, were unable to have kids, and they believed God and believed God and believed God, but it did not come in the same time frame, in the time frame that they thought that it would, but ultimately it came to pass. So I really just want to encourage you to submit your expectations to God. Believe those things that you want to happen in your life, that He's spoken to you, but then leave it up to Him. Forget about striving and worrying and explaining to others why they haven't seen the manifestation yet. It is none of their business. The only person you should be concerned with pleasing is God. Number 2, it is absolutely vital as we go into a new year, expecting bigger, better things to come into our lives, to get rid of the old. The Bible says that you cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. So I urge you this year, before the year is out, to just reflect and reevaluate your priorities, the certain people and things in your life, and get rid of the toxicity. I don't care what it is. Anything that doesn't bring peace to your life, that hinders your growth, and just doesn't bear good fruit in your life, get rid of it so you can fully embrace the good things that God has in store for you. And number 3, I urge you to make a list as we go into 2020 of all the things that God has done for you this year. So many times we focus on the negative, the things that haven't happened yet. But just take a moment and look at all of the things that He's brought to pass in your life. I'm guilty of this. I know this year I was thinking about some of the things that I was believing God for that haven't happened. But then I've looked at all the things that have. Number 1, I'm standing in the very office that I spoke into existence at the beginning of the year. It's crazy that all these things happen. So how dare I, focus on the so-called negative, the things that haven't happened, and forget to give God glory for the things that have. So don't forget to count your blessings and name them one by one. But with that being said, as you walk into 2020, continue believing Him for bigger and better. I'm updating my list, and I am coming for every single thing that I'm believing God for in 2020, and I hope you will do the same. So with that being said, I hope that you guys be well, that you have an amazing, amazing holiday season, and that as we bring this year to a close, that you really take the time to reflect on the goodness of God and all that He's done in all of our lives, and get rid of the old so you can make room for the new that God is going to bless you with in the upcoming year. As always, I pray that you guys continue to believe God for all the impossible things in your life. And I will see you bright and early in 2020. I'm going to revamp the channel. We're going to have some brand new things. So stay tuned for that. And I see you in the future, and you look so much better than you do now. Happy New Year. See you in 2020.